All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Estes Field here for Game 2 as Clayton Burke gets his first punch out of the day as he strikes out Hackbarth, who was leading off this game, game number 2. CMU took game 1 by a final score of 3-2 on a walk-off sacrifice fly from Jeremy Conforti in the bottom half of the 7th inning. So CMU ended up taking that game by a final score of 3-2. That ball is sent over to Durin for Weatherford. That is going to be a 4-3 ground out. Cerna Jr. to Weatherford. So 2 up, 2 down for Burke. Two quick outs for CMU. That'll bring number 19, Matthew Murphy, to the dish. Pitch taken for strike 1. Murphy still ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top half of the first. CMU took game 1 by a final score of 3-2 in the bottom half of the 7th. So CMU improves to 22-4 and 8-1 in conference play. The Mustangs dropped to 12-11 and 8-1 in the Heart of America, undefeated previously in conference play before CMU edged them 3-2. And that pitch outside for ball 3, so count is now 3-2. 3-1 pitch. Got him that time. So 3 up, 3 down for Clayton Burke. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base for the Mustangs. Due up for CMU, Bobby Nichols, Valentin Cerna Jr., and Tanner Sears. We will take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Heart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
So Matt Irvine, junior right-handed pitcher, 6'2" out of Clive, Iowa, is going to get the start on the bump for Mount Mercy in Game 2, and he'll bring up Bobby Nichols to the dish. Again, Central ranked number 6 in the latest NAIA Baseball Coaches Top 25 poll. So they've been ranked as high as number 2 in the country. Looking to get back to those kind of days back in 2021. They're not far off. Number 6 in the country, raced out to a 22-4 record through their first 26 games. That'll bring Bobby Nichols here to the dish. Irvine first pitch taken for ball number 1. Pitch taken for ball 2. 2-0 pitch. Nichols is going to foul that one onto the right side of your screen. And game one started out in some decent weather, and then the sun went down, and it's just gotten colder and colder. Wind blowing from left to right on your screen. You can see the flag out there in right field. Picking up gusts of wind every now and then. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss from Nichols. Count is now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nichols, a senior outfielder out of Detroit, Michigan. Here's the 2-2 pitch. So you can hear Mount Mercy dugout thinking that Irvine rung him up, but count moves full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss in the 6th pitch of the at-bat, so Nichols strikes out, and that'll bring Valentin Cerna Jr. to the dish. Cerna Jr. had the game-winning run against Mount Mercy in Game 1. First pitch taken for a strike. One 1-0 pitch from Irvine. Low for ball 2. Two 2-0 pitch from Irvine coming up to Cerna Jr. It's the 2-0. Right down the middle for strike 1. 2-1 in the count. Irvine in his first season with Mount Mercy this year. He previously had played baseball at Kirkwood Community College and attended Waukee High School in Clive, Iowa. Count moves to 3-1 in favor of Cerna Jr. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Count moves full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Irvine, 4 appearances, 2 starts on the bump, 1-1 record so far. Here's the pitch. Low and outside for ball 4, so Cerna Jr. will take his place at first, and that'll bring Tanner Sears to the dish. Irvine, a 1-1 record with 2 starts, pitched 14 complete innings. Got a 5.79 ERA, struck out 12 batters so far this year, and he's got some work to do against the heart of the order coming up for CMU, starting with Tanner Sears here. Tanner checked his swing. Doesn't matter. Strike 1 called. Here's the 0-1 count. Pitch low and out of the strike zone for ball 2. Or excuse me, ball 1. One pitch from Irvine. Ball out of strike zone, ball 2. Sears batting .367 so far this year. 26 games, 79 at-bats. He's got 29 hits, including 9 doubles, 8 home runs, driven in 38 runners so far this year. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Taken for strike 2. Count moves even at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Two-two pitch. Cerna Jr. goes. And I think they got him. No, safe. So Sears strikes out, but Cerna Jr. moves up from first to second. That'll be a stolen base. And that will bring number 20, Carlos Negron, to the dish. See if I can keep up with the count for you guys so you can see it on your scoreboard. First pitch to Negron. Pitch taken for ball 1. Carlos batting .475. He's got 38 hits, including 9 doubles, 1 triple, and 13 home runs, leading Central in that department. Pitch taken for strike 2. 1-1 pitch coming up. Out of the strike zone for ball 2. So two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Two one count. Pitch taken for strike 2, so count is even. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom half of the first. Cerna Jr. over at second base. Carlos Negron, the 4-hitter. Even the count 2-2. Now 3-2. Moves ahead. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cerna Jr. will be running on this pitch. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that one is high and out of the strike zone for ball 4. So that is going to put runners at first and second with 2 outs. Cerna Jr. stay put, and that will bring the hero of game number 1, Jeremy Conforti. Conforti with the sacrifice fly out to left field to score Cerna Jr. from third. The game-winning RBI in the bottom of the 7th allowed the Eagles to win 3-2. Pitch taken for ball 1. Jeremy, a junior infielder out of Villa Park, Illinois. Moves ahead in the count 1-0. Irvine with some work to do here, but he's got 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Conforti has to move out of the way of that one. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss for Conforti. Again, still head in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, this is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD and Director of Athletic Communications, bringing you the call. Appreciate you all, folks, from wherever you are in Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Michigan. Appreciate you tuning in. Pitch taken for ball 3. So Irvine, even though he's got 2 outs, he's in danger of loading the bases here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Irvine. Ball is fouled and out of play, so count is now even at, full 3 balls, 2 strikes. That being said, runners are going to be going on this play. He's got Negron at first and Cerna Jr. at second. Three-two pitch from Irvine. And that'll be fouled and out of play. Count will remain even. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Here's the 3-2. And caught him looking there, so good job by Irvine to get out of a little bit of trouble there. 0 runs, 0 hits, no errors, 2 left on base as we head to the top half of the second. Due up for Mount Mercy, Runquist, Hugerwerther, and Lehman. We will take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Heart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
So 1-2-3 inning for Clayton Burke in that first inning. We'll see what he can do here with Mustangs coming up to bat in the top half of the second. Coming to the dish is number 12, Riley Rundquist, senior infielder out of Arlington Heights, Illinois. As the wind has picked up here and has been doing that all game. Here's the first pitch from Burke. That one is outside for ball one. And that pitch high, and Rundquist had to get out of the way of that one a little bit. Count is now 2-0. So I must have been behind in my count, but that is a 4-pitch walk for Rundquist, and that's going to bring Hugerwerther to the plate. So he's got a leadoff runner on first. Pitch taken for strike one. Checks the runner back over at first. Pitch. That is going to be sent to shallow left field. Wheaty's going to have a long way to run and grab it, but he does get it. Runner will head back over to first, so that'll be an F7. So Kyle Lehman now coming to the dish, batting in the 6th spot today. Double play ball is in effect, so you like that if you're an Eagles fan. Rundquist over it first. Here's the pitch from Burke. A little bit low and inside for ball one. Pitch taken for strike one, excuse me. Count is now even, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the 1-1. The ball is sent into shallow center field. That'll be enough. Nichols will track it down. So that'll be an F8. That'll bring Joel Vasky to the dish. Pitch taken for strike one. Taken for a ball. And got him. That'll be a 2-4 caught stealing as the runner is out trying to go from first to second. It's a good job by Van Dorn to Cerna Juder to pick up that connection. So let me go ahead and type that into our play sheet here. All right, so no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Due up for Central Methodist, Zeb Wheaty, Diego Durin, and Joseph Weatherford. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network. Okay, let me know. Zebweedy now coming up for CMU. Get his first action today. He is batting .382 with 29 hits in 76 at-bats in 26 total games. He's got 5 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, driven in 16 RBI. Drew 11 walks, and he's also struck out 19 times, a .462 OBP. So playing left field today for your Eagles as he will lead off the bottom half of the second here of game number 2. Central 22-4 so far this year. That ball is fouled off for strike number 1. Here's the 0-1. Count now even. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Taken for strike 2. Weedy falls behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Again, we'll have 2 more games for you tomorrow. CMU and Mount Mercy will play same times today, 1 and 3:30. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Irvine. Rung him up. So Weedy will strike out. That'll be the first out of the inning as Diego Durin now comes to the plate, batting .319. He's got 22 total hits, including 4 doubles, driven in 14. That first pitch taken for strike 1. Newcomer to this year's squad. Here's the 0-1 from Irvine. Low and outside for ball 1. Again, the temperatures dropped to 49 degrees. I think it was up in the 60s today. That pitch taken for ball 2. So count moves in favor of Durin. 2-1. He's got 1 out. No one on base here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And taken for strike 2. Count is now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So yeah, 49. I went ahead and looked at the weather app on my phone. It just says 49 degrees and windy. And you guys probably can't hear it on there, but the wind is really howling here at Estes Field. So that's just that's March weather for you here in the Midwest as Durin strikes out swinging. That'll bring Joseph Weatherford to the plate. Weatherford batting .275. First pitch taken for strike 1. And that ball sent into left field. And that'll be a 2-out double for Joseph Weatherford, and it just stays fair, so that'll be a 2-out double for Weatherford. CMU in scoring position here. And that'll bring number 12, Dominic Van Dorn, to the plate. Eagles looking to capitalize here early. Again, game 1 was a pitcher's duel from start to finish. Mount Mercy ended up plating a couple runs in the top half of the 7th. Pitch taken for ball 1. Then CMU responded with 2 runs, highlighted by a sacrifice fly from Jeremy Conforti to score Valentin Cerna Jr. from third, and that was the game-winning RBI in the bottom half of the 7th. And CMU picked up a 3-2 victory in the series opener. See what they can do here in game 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Irvine as he checks the runner at second. And that ball sent into the shortstop. That is going to be a 6-3 ground out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base, highlighted by that 2-out RBI double, or 2-out double, excuse me, from Joseph Weatherford. So that'll do it here. Mount Mercy coming up to bat here in the top half of the 3rd. We are still scoreless at Estes Field, and we'll be right back. You're listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here in the Hart Conference Network.
Benedictson.
Walk-off home run. Boom, bada bang.
Amos Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Don't know if Ponte's out. There's a shot. There's a goal.
All right, so top half of the third coming up for Mount Mercy. Number 8, Joel Vasky, coming to the dish now, getting his first action. He makes quick work. That ball is going to be foul and out of play. Sears over there to chase it down. That'll be strike number 1, so Burke moves ahead in the count 0-1. Here's second pitch. Swing and a miss. Burke working quickly now, ahead in the count 0-2. And pitch taken for ball 1, so Burke still ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burke 5-1 through 6 starts this year. He's got a complete game, and through 36 and a third innings of work, he's got 38 Ks. And Vesky doesn't like that call, but that'll be a strikeout for Burke. Caught him looking that time, and that'll bring Kyle Meter to the dish. Burke a 2.23 ERA, one of the best on the team of the starting pitchers. Meter fouls that one off for strike number 1. Again, Coach Breland and his staff have done a good job of recruiting. He's got some solid pitchers in Escobar, Burke, Riddle. It's a good crew there. Pitch taken for strike 2. So 2 count, 2 Meter. Here's the pitch. The ball is fouled and out of play. Count stays even. No balls, or excuse me, count remains the same. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back to back. Retired batters for Clayton Burke, and that'll bring number 0, Drake Frazier, senior outfitter out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, getting his first action today. Pitch taken for ball 1. Again, CMU softball also playing across the way here just behind us. They had a walk-off home run from Elizabeth Palumbo in the bottom of the 7th as Frazier swings and misses at that one. Liz Palumbo, a 3-run walk-off to end it. Eagle softball also playing Mount Mercy here today. So Eagles are 2-0 so far today. We'll see if we can make it 3-0 and 4-0. Pitch taken for a strike. Central softball number 3 in the country. That's their highest national ranking in program history. Here's the pitch. Low and out of the strike zone for ball 2. Say their previous national ranking, their highest was, I believe they were number 4 in the May 2021 poll. So got 2 top 10 teams just right across the street from each other playing. Here's the 2-2. Out of play. Van Dorn's got to go chase that one down. Make sure it doesn't get to the backstop. Oh. 3-2 count to Burke. From Burke. Here's the pitch. And got him swinging that time. Tried to check his swing, but nothing doing there. Quick inning for Burke. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Due up for your Eagles are Bobby Nichols, Cerna Jr., and Tanner Sears in the bottom half of the third. We'll take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network. Two of the top teams in the Heart of America Athletic Conference in terms of conference records. Both CMU and Mount Mercy are 8-1 in conference play. Mount Mercy undefeated in conference action before being handed their first loss in hard action just about 45 minutes ago. CMU handed them their first loss on a walk-off sacrifice fly, and Mount Mercy looking to respond here and even this series up 1-1. But we are scoreless, zeros across the board, just a hit for CMU. But other than that, that scoreboard is pretty clean for the most part. So we'll see if that changes here over the next couple innings. Bobby Nichols leading things off. That one is fouled just past the third base line here. Again, CMU will have 2 more games tomorrow. They'll play a 4-game series against the Mustangs. That'll start at 1 and roughly 3:30 p.m. The game times remained the same. Pitch taken 4, strike 2. Originally, we were supposed to play Saturday, Sunday, but ended up having to move the games up due to possible weather on Sunday. So same for CMU softball. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for Nichols, so that'll bring Valentin Cerna Jr. to the plate. Valentin Cerna Jr., the game-winning run for CMU in that first game. And that ball is going to just get to the second baseman. He had to go a little bit of a ways to get that, but no harm, no foul from Hackbarth to Runquist. And that will bring Tanner Sears to the plate. First pitch taken for ball 1. Tanner batting, let's see if I can find him here. Batting .367 with 9 doubles, 8 home runs, driven in 38 RBI. Second on the team, just 4 behind Carlos Negron. OBP of .485. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Irvine. Ball outside for ball 2. Sears moves ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 pitch from Irvine. And that gets away from the catcher. Ball 3. Here's the 3-1. And that'll be a 5-pitch walk for Tanner Sears as he'll make a free trip down to first base, and that is a 2-out walk. Carlos Negron, one of the 2 big Eagle bats in this lineup, batting .475. He's got 38 hits, which include 9 doubles, 3 triple, 13 home runs, which leads the Eagles as well as 42 RBI. Also leading Central. .570 OBP. First pitch taken for ball 1, and he was actually the most valuable player of the Cajun Collision Tournament, which if you watch NAIA baseball, it's one of the premier, if not the premier, preseason NAIA tournament in the country. A lot of teams will go down to, I think it's in Shreveport, Louisiana. It actually might be Sterlington. I don't know if those are the same and kind of like the metro area in Kansas City, but play down there and you get a number of top 25 teams. A lot of those folks end up going to the World Series in Lewiston in June, so you always like to see that. But he had one of the best performances and as a result named Cajun Collision Tournament MVP, and has really been on a tear here in his first season with CMU. Irvine rung him up that time, so no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We head to the top half of the 4th. Due up for the Mustangs, Hackbarth, Notriano, and Murphy. We will take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Heart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, You will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
All right, so we're about halfway through this one. Top of the fourth. Top half of the lineup for Mount Mercy coming up. Hackbarth leading things off here. Top of the fourth. Pitch. Taking for strike one, and man, again, I don't know if you guys can hear it on the screen, but the wind is really howling. Goodness gracious. Here's the 0-2. Low and outside for ball one. Again, I don't know if there's a little bit of a mist on the screen too, or what. I think there might be a slight rain, but again, as long as there's no lightning, we'll keep on playing. So here's the 1-2 pitch. So just a simple pop-up to Weatherford over there at first base. That'll bring no Triano to the dish, and Wheaty's going to track that one down into left field. So 2 quick outs for Clayton Burke in the defense here in the top half of the fourth. Matthew Murphy now coming to the plate. That pitch high and inside. Murphy has to duck out of the way of that one. Pitch taken for ball one. And that'll be the first hit of the day for Mount Mercy, as Murphy will secure a 2-out single to left field. It'll bring Riley Runquist to the dish. Pitch fouled off for strike one. A 1 pitch from Burke. That ball fouled off. Burke moves ahead in the count 0-2. Pitch taken for ball one. One ball, 2 strikes. To Runquist. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And I'm assuming they got called for a balk. People in the left of my screen confirmed it. Sorry, that made me laugh. I opened up the door and didn't even say anything, and they just balk. So, not good if you're an Eagles fan. Runner moves from first to second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Burke just needs 1 strike to get out of the inning. We'll see what he can do. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And wanted that one, but ump said nope, a little bit too low. So count should be 2-2. There we go. And swing and a miss for Runquist and Burke with a runner on second following that balk. Makes quick work of the rest of the Mustang batting lineup. So at the end of the fourth for Mount Mercy, no runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left on base. Due up for the Eagles, Jeremy Conforti, Zeb Weedy, and Diego Durin in the bottom half of the frame. We will take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Jeremy Conforti coming back up. Struck out looking his first time out, so looking for his first hit today. Jeremy Conforti now at the dish. Looking at the rest of Central's home schedule, they'll have Mount Mercy here, obviously today and tomorrow, and then they'll host Mid-America Nazarene for a weekend series. This following weekend, those will be 1 and 3:30 starts if the weather behaves himself. But you never know what goes on with Mother Nature. But that's what the schedule looks like for Central coming up, and they will then go on the road, play Grandview, Missouri Valley, and Benedictine. Pitch taken for strike 2. One-two pitch from Irvine. Conforti sends that over to shortstop. That'll be, see if he can beat it out. And they got him. Oh, I thought he might have beat it out, but alas, that'll be a 6-3 ground out for Conforti. And I thought he at least had a step on him, but perhaps not. That'll bring Zeb Weedy to the dish. Weedy struck out looking his first time up. Here's the first pitch from Irvine. That one fouled out, back out of play for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle for strike 2. 0-2 in the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Irvine. And fouled out of play. One out. Here's the 0-2. But high inside for ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss for Weedy, so I'll bring Diego Durin to the plate. First pitch. Taken for strike one. 0-1 pitch from Irvine coming up. That one will be lined right back at Irvine, and that'll go up the middle for a 2-out single for Diego Durin. That'll bring Joseph Weatherford to the dish. And Irvine throws back over to Durin. Keeping him honest over there at first. Throws back over to Durin. Keeping him honest. First pitch finally thrown, taken for ball one. Weatherford moves ahead in the count. 1-0 pitch to Weatherford. That one is going to be sent into deep right field, over the wall for a 2-run bomb for Joseph Weatherford. And the Eagles are going to take a 2-1 lead in this game. And Joseph Weatherford is fired up as he gives his Eagles the number 6 team in the country a 2-1 lead, 2-0 lead over Mount Mercy. Pitch fouled back and out of play. And that one's a no-doubter. And I don't know if the wind might have helped him there, maybe not, but that pitch sent into shallow center field. Easy work for the second baseman, though, but not before Central plates 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, no one left on base. We head to the top half of the 5th. Mount Mercy looking to respond here. The top half of the frame. Due up for the Mustangs, Hugerwerther, Lehman, and Vasky. We'll be right back. You're listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
No matter where you are in your educational journey, Central Methodist University is here for you. With CMU, you can learn on our beautiful campus in Fayette, Missouri, earn a degree completely online, or attend classes at one of our many statewide sites. Whichever path you choose, you will get a quality education that will prepare you for the future you envision. Select one of our programs of distinction in music, biology, or nursing, or choose from more than 60 degree options offered at the undergraduate and graduate levels. And if you decide to join us on campus, you will be able to take advantage of all the university has to offer, including dozens of clubs and organizations, a robust student life, and top-notch NAIA athletics. Discover what makes us different and how a degree from CMU can prepare you for the future. Discover Central Methodist University today.
Clayton Burke still dealing for your Eagles thus far, as he has pitched 4 complete innings, given up just 1 hit, 1 walk. He's struck out 6 through 13 batters faced. Irvine, on the other hand, 4 innings pitched. He's given up 2 earned runs, 3 walks. He's got 8 strikeouts, but a home run to Joseph Weatherford has put CMU out in front. We'll see what Hugerwerther can do here against Burke in the top half of the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Taken. Burke moves ahead in the count. 0-1. Second pitch, low and outside for ball one. Count is now even. 1 ball, 1 strike, no out. Again, CMU looking to pick up their 23rd win of the year with a Game 2 victory here today. That ball is sent high and I think out of play. It is for strike 2. So Burke ahead in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 from Burke. Low and outside. Count is now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. CMU leading 2-0 here against Mount Mercy in the top half of the 5th. Game number 2, we'll have game 3 and 4 at 1 and 3:30 tomorrow. There's the pitch and swing and a miss from Hugerwerther, and it's first out of the inning. That'll bring Lehman to the dish. It's the pitch. It's going to be fouled out of play on the right side towards the Mount Mercy dugout for strike number 1. Here's the pitch. It'll be low and in the turf for ball 1. Count is now even. 1-1 pitch. Taken, ball 2. 2-1 pitch. Got him that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Two pitch from Burke coming up. And that'll be skied into the infield. And Cerna Jr. will take care of that one. So that'll be just a pop up to 4 for those folks following along at home for your score sheets. Joel Vasky now coming to the dish. First pitch. That is going to be skied high and out of play on the right side of your screen for foul ball. So count 0-1 now. And Burke just 57 pitches, 35 of them for strikes. He's made good work of his time here on the bump. That pitch taken for ball 1. So 1-1 count now, 2 outs here. Top of the 5th. Swing and a miss on the 3rd pitch. So Vasky behind in the count, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. That'll be sent foul out of play. Sears giving chase over there at 3rd, but nothing doing there as that ball was going to roll foul anyway. Here's the 1-2. Low and in the turf for ball 2. So 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tim, what's your count? Oh. I have 2-2. And swing and a miss on Vasky. So again, Burke, another efficient inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Due up for your Eagles. Bobby Nichols, Valentin Cerna Jr., and Tanner Sears in the bottom half of the 5th. Your Eagles still leading this one 2-0. We will take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
All right, so bottom half of the fifth coming up for CMU. Bobby Nichols will lead the inning off. He is 0 for 2 today so far with a pair of strikeouts, so looking to see if he can improve his fortunes here with Irvine still pitching. First pitch taken for ball one. One 0 pitch. 2-0 now in favor of Nichols. Again, CMU a 2-0 lead on a 2-run home run from Joseph Weatherford. Here's the pitch. Third pitch of the at-bat finds the strike zone there. Is Irvine. 2-1 count now. Two-one pitch. A little bit inside. Thought he might have caught part of the plate, but doesn't agree, so that'll be a ball. 3-1 count now here on Bobby Nichols. 3-1 pitch from Irvine. And that'll be sent to the shortstop over there in the infield, and that'll be a 6-3 ground out for Bobby Nichols. So still looking for his first hit of the day. That will bring Valentin Cerna Jr. to the dish. I don't know if you guys can hear him on the mic, but he's got a good walk-up song, and a lot of folks in the stands are fans of it as well, as am I. So you guys don't need to see me at my dance moves, though. Pitch fouled off. And I think that hit the Mount Mercy bus. I heard a collective groan. So hopefully the windows are strongly plated. Here's the 0-1. Pitch taken for strike two. Again, I've had a similar experience. I was actually out in the outfield setting up our center field camera, and I got a kiss on the windshield from a ball during batting practice as Cerna Jr. strikes out. So 2 quick outs for Mount Mercy in the bottom half of the fifth. And I'll bring Tanner Sears to the dish. So that's one of the downfalls of setting up those cameras. Next time I'll just be sure to wait until batting practice is over, but I guess I was just a little bit too antsy. But windshield caught the brunt of that, but it missed me by about 6 inches. So now I'll always go out there with a helmet on. So 1-1 count now to Sears. Say 3-4-5 coming up for CMU if Sears can keep this inning going. He's got a 1-1 count from Irvine. Ball a little bit high and inside for ball two. 2-1 pitch. Fouls that one back, tried to check his swing. Couldn't in time, though, as he does get some of that ball. And 2's across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fifth. CMU leads this one 2-0 in game number 2 today. Here's the 2-2. Fouls it off again. Count remains even. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off again. 6 pitches so far in this at-bat. Irvine overall has thrown 78 pitches through 4 2/3 innings of work. 47 for strikes. Quick conversation with our catcher and home plate ump. Two pitch coming up. And that was a fired up Mount Mercy dugout, I think. So you could hear them all the way up here. So we'll head to the top half of the 6th. Recap that inning, bottom half of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Due up for the Mustangs, Meter, Frazier, and Hackbarth. We'll take another break. CMU still leading this one 2-0 as we head to the top half of the 6th. We'll be right back. You're listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Heart Conference Network.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Kyle Meter now. At the dish for Mount Mercy. First pitch taken for a ball. Again, Burke moving quickly here. That is going to be sent over just foul territory. Sears was lurking over there, but that'll go out of play. So count will be 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Good snag by Sears over there at third, and that is going to be a 5-3 ground out. Again, nice snag by Sears. That surely could have been a double there, but good job by him, and I think this will bring Frazier to the dish. Nope, we will have a pinch hitter. That'll be Ryan Knowlton for Mount Mercy. The up marks that change in his log. Knowlton, graduate infielder out of St. Charles, Illinois, 6'2". Here's the first pitch. That one is low for ball one. Pitch taken for strike one, so count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-1 pitch. Checked his swing there. Does so wisely as he moves in the head in the count. 2-1. 2-1 from Burke, excuse me. That pitch taken for strike 2. Again, Burke, pace of play, he likes to move quickly here. Doesn't take a lot of time in between pitches, so he's ready to go again. Here's the 2-2. Got him. Burke with his 9th K of the afternoon, giving up just 1 hit through 5 2/3 innings of work. Hackbarth now at the dish. First pitch taken for ball 1. Second pitch, strike swinging. Two 1 count now. One pitch. That'll be sent over just past Sears at third, and that'll be a 2-out single for Hackbarth as that goes into left field, and Weedy will collect that one. So Second hit of the day for Mount Mercy. Hits have been hard to come by, but even on both sides, really strong pitching these first couple of games. So that ball sent into center field, but nice snag by Nichols there to get him out of the jam. So no Triano, one pitch, one hit, one out. So top of the sixth is done. Here's a recap for you. 0 runs, 1 hit, no error, one left on base. Due up for CMU, Carlos Negron, Jeremy Conforti, and Zeb Weedy. We will take a quick break. You are listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Heart Conference Network. Carlos Negron now at the dish for CMU. First pitch taken for a strike. Second pitch, strike 2. So 2 quick pitches from Irvine. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Negron. And one gets away from the catcher. Pitch taken for ball 2, so 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count now for Carlos Negron. Here's the 3-2 pitch. So a strikeout for Irvine. Jeremy Conforti now at the dish. Pitch taken for ball 2. That pitch taken for strike 1. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch from Irvine. Swing and a miss. Here's the 2-2. Ball 3. Here's the 3-2. And a a 6-pitch walk for Conforti. That'll bring 11 Zeb Weedy to the plate. Weedy shows bunt and stays in play, but does eventually roll foul, and that ball a little bit too high up. As say, if the catcher had been just a little bit quicker, he could have gotten to that one, and that would have been a sure out, but ends up rolling foul anyway once it finally drops. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Shows bunt again. Gets the bunt down on that one. And we'll see if he can beat it out. He can't. But then Conforti stretching, trying to stretch from first to third, is thrown out. So that'll do it here for the bottom half of the 6th. So we'll be right back. CMU looking to shut this one down here, trying to get some extra insurance runs there. But they'll head to the top of the 7th, 2-0 lead. We'll be right back. You're listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network.
And a goal for Benedictine.
Walk-off home run. Boom, bada bang.
As Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
Don't know if Ponte's out. Here's a shot. There's the goal!
So a leadoff single from Murphy. That hit off the left field wall, came back into play. So Mount Mercy trying to see if they can get in business here. As Runquist is now at the dish. Pitch taken for ball number 1. Pitch taken for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Burke. That one is fouled back and out of play for strike 1. Ball fouled back and out of play, so Burke works this count even back at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch from Burke, runner at first. Ball is low, out of the strike zone, so count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Murphy over there at first base. 3-2 pitch from Burke. And got him. Rundquist is rung up on that one. See, he didn't like the call, but that's the first out of the inning for Burke. And Hugerwerther now coming to the dish. So he serves as the game tying run. The game winning run is over there on the on deck circle, or the go ahead run, I should say. First pitch taken for ball one. He's got Murphy at first. Burke, 83 pitches so far. Pitch number 84 coming up. Caught looking that time for strike one, so 1-1 count, 1 out. Double play ball is in effect with the runner at first, force out at second potentially. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He's going to check the runner over there at first. Van Dorn throws down. Murphy gets back safely though. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for Hugerwerther, so count is now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Burke looking to put this game away and give CMU a 2-0 series lead here with 2 more tomorrow. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is going to be sent over to Durin, Cerna Jr., and Weatherford for a 6-4-3 double play, and that's how this one's going to end as CMU hangs on for a 2-0 victory in Game 2 over the Mount Mercy Mustangs by a final score of 2-0. So recapping that inning, no runs, 1 hit, no error, no one left on base. We'll go ahead and recap. See if I can pull up some of our stats today. So a solid day for Burke. He'll earn the win. A complete game shutout. Gave up just 3 hits, 1 walk, struck out 10 batters against 23 batters face. Not a bad day for Irvine, but just ran into a couple of snags. 2 earned runs on 3 hits, struck out 11, but the highlight of the game was the 2-run home run from Joseph Weatherford to put this game away. So with that win, CMU is going to improve to 23-4 and 9-1 in the Heart of America Athletic Conference, while the Mustangs are now even overall at 12-12 and 8-2 in conference play. So that's how this one is going to shake up. CMU takes Game 2 by a final score of 2-0 here in Game number 2. We've got 2 more for you tomorrow. Same game times. Quentin Wildcat Norris will be on the call for those, so you won't hear from me for a while, but I appreciate everyone tuning in. We'll have games at 1 and 3:30 tomorrow, and if you've got some time, head on over to Cox Softball Complex just behind us, and you can catch CMU softball as they take on Clark University for a doubleheader. So that's going to do it here from Estes Field. I want to give a shout out to my team, Tim Crowley running the scoreboard, Cameron and Jean doing the PA and music, as well as all of our other workers. And it was a light crew today. It was just me in here doing a couple different things. So I appreciate everyone tuning in and being patient as we moved along here. So that'll do it here from Estes Field. Final score from Game 2. CMU picks up a 2-0 victory over Mount Mercy. We'll see y'all tomorrow. This is Rachel Moore, Assistant AD and Director of Athletic Communications here at Central. You've been listening to CMU Eagles Baseball here on the Heart Conference Network.